Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. You know how we do it here. We take one fascinating subject, grab some really cool writing about it, and just go deep. Today, we're heading to the deserts of southern Africa, the home of the Gemsbok.
The Gemsbok. Now, there's an animal that knows a thing or two about making the most of a tough situation.
That's putting it lightly. I mean, we're talking about a creature that not only survives, but thrives in some of the harshest conditions on Earth. Deserts, man. Scorching heat, limited water, and predators lurking everywhere.
Yeah, and we've got this amazing essay here that just breaks down how they do it. I was reading this thing and just shaking my head, like, how is this even possible? But they do it. The Gemsbok, they've got it figured out.
So, first things first, just picture this animal in your head.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine a pretty large antelope. We're talking about 4 feet tall at the shoulder, give or take.
Yeah, stately animals. And they've got these incredible horns. Long, straight, almost like swords, really elegant.
And get this, both males and females have them.
You don't see that too often.
Definitely not.
And those horns aren't just for show, you know? They're weapons. Serious weapons. Predators think twice before messing with a Gemsbok, let me tell you.
Yeah, those horns, their muscular build,
Yeah.
it all just screams, don't mess with me.
Right. Like, they're ready for anything.
So we've got this picture in our heads now, right? This beautiful, powerful animal. Now plop them right in the middle of the Kalahari Desert.
Oh, yeah. Not an easy place to make a living.
Understatement. Scorching sun, sand as far as the eye can see,
Yeah.
and water. Well, let's just say it's a precious commodity out there.
Yeah, it's really a testament to the power of evolution and adaptation, you know? The Gemsbok has developed some incredible ways to not just survive in that environment, but to actually flourish in it.
Okay, so spill the beans. How are they doing it? Because I'm struggling to even imagine lasting a day out there.
Right. Well, for starters, they've become masters of water conservation.
Well, that's got to be number one, right?
Absolutely. Like a lot of desert animals, they get a lot of their moisture from the plants they eat. You know, things like grasses and shrubs. They can even find roots with a little bit of moisture in them. But here's where it gets really wild.
Lay it on me.
They can raise their body temperature way up, like to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. It's crazy.
113 degrees. I mean, that's got to be dangerous, right? And I mean, for most mammals, that would be a death sentence.
Yeah, for sure. Most animals would overheat in a heartbeat. But the Gemsbok, they've got this amazing system where they can actually regulate their internal temperature. Keeps them in that survivable range even when it's crazy hot outside.
So that's how they minimize water loss, right? By not sweating as much.
Exactly. It's brilliant, really. They've turned a problem into a solution.
Genius. Okay, so water's one thing.
Yeah.
But what about predators? Are they out there facing those dangers alone?
See, that's where their social structure comes into play. Gemsbok are very social animals. They live in herds, usually led by a dominant male. Pretty standard stuff.
Right, the classic herd structure.
Yeah. But here's the thing. The females, they actually have a lot more say than you might think. They play a big role in decision-making. And that cooperative spirit is crucial for their survival, especially when it comes to predators.
Okay, so how's that work?
Well, think lions, hyenas, cheetahs. All those guys are looking for a Gemsbok snack. Right?
Legs, yeah.
So when a predator shows up, the herd forms a circle, a defensive circle with all their horns pointing outwards.
Yeah.
Basically, an impenetrable wall of sharp, pointy things.
Whoa, that's intense. Like straight out of a wildlife documentary.
Yeah, you don't want to be a predator trying to break through that. It's really a testament to their intelligence and how they work together, you know?
And, you know, it's more than just survival tactics, right? The Gemsbok holds a special place in a lot of cultures, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's seen as this symbol of strength, resilience, the ability to overcome. You see it reflected in art, in stories.
It is inspiring, isn't it? This animal that just refuses to give up.
Totally. And, you know, their importance goes way beyond symbolism. Ecologically, they play a vital role in the whole balance of their ecosystem.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, think about it. They're grazers, so they help keep vegetation growth in check.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, they're also a primary food source for those apex predators, the top dogs of the food chain.
Right. It's all connected.
Exactly. Gemsbok are a vital part of keeping that whole system in balance, keeping it healthy. It's really amazing.
Okay, so hearing all this, I'm curious, how are their populations doing these days? Are they facing any threats?
Well, like so many species, they're definitely facing challenges. Habitat loss is a big one. Human encroachment is shrinking their natural spaces. And sadly, hunting is still a problem.
Man, that's tough to hear.
It is. But there's good news, too. There are a lot of conservation efforts underway. protected areas are being established, and they're really making a difference in helping stabilize gemsbok populations.
That's good to hear. I mean, they deserve a fighting chance, right?
Yeah.
After all, we've talked about their stunning looks, their insane desert survival skills, their social smarts, their cultural significance, and how important they are for their whole ecosystem. What an animal.
It really makes you think, though, doesn't it? I mean, we've been focusing on their physical adaptations and all that, but what about the mental and social intelligence it takes to not just survive out there, but to really thrive? That blows my mind.
It's true. That's a question we could all probably think about for ourselves. What can we learn from the Gemsbok's resilience? How can we take a page from their book and apply it to our own lives, even when things get tough? It's something to ponder, for sure.
Definitely. I think there's a lot we can learn from the gemsbok.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the incredible world of the Gemsbok. It's been a wild ride. Until next time, keep exploring.